Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another Rocket League video here at Game Gym. And it's not even a question at this point, y'all. You know another banger video is coming out every week. By now, we're about halfway through our first season, and by this point, we have learned some basic positioning, how to move the ball with teammates in solo queue, and we've learned a few mechanics. This video, we are learning one of the most dangerous offensive mechanics that you can attempt, which sees success at all levels of play, the double tap. For this lesson's warm-up, we will be doing a free play warm-up. For 5 minutes, try and hit the ball as hard as you can while making sure to get a follow-up touch really fast, as that mimics what we try to do in-game when we're aiming to play the ball around the defender, right? We want to keep control and get multiple touches on the ball, and we want to practice how we play. A double tap is when you hit the ball in the air against the opponent's backboard, and then hit it again following its bounce off of the backboard, all in one single aerial. The double tap can be one of the most exciting mechanics to pull off in a game because of the control and precision required, and can be extremely challenging to save for the defenders if they don't cover it properly. The double tap first started creeping up in RLCS around Season 3. I can remember some iconic shots from that season's Worlds off the top of my head, so if you guys are interested, you can find some clips after our lesson today, but for now we have to focus up because we have a lot to cover. So alright, to get started with double taps, we will first practice the first touch, which is the most important part of the double tap. Real quick guys, you should already at the very least be able to double jump aerial consistently. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend you go and watch my video on the fast aerial, or watching my most previous video, getting your wings, because in that one I teach the easier double jump aerial, which you can also use. It doesn't matter which one you use, just that you're able to use one of them. For the first part of learning the double tap, we are going to keep it simple and break this into two parts, the first touch and the follow-up. Here we will be in a training pack, and our only goal here is to hit the ball at the backboard and keep ourselves in the air. I don't want you guys to try and score the ball just yet. Go through every shot just hitting it against the backboard and staying in the air. One thing you guys will probably notice is that if you utilize air roll, it will be easier to stay in the air. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to go watch my previous video. Alright, now we are finally ready to start attempting these double taps by practicing our second touch. Here we will be in another training pack, but this time we will be doing the full double tap. Here we do everything we did in our first step. Aerial up to the ball, hit it against the backboard, and also make sure the ball is on more of an upward trajectory or straight one than downwards, because if it's downwards, it's going to be like super hard to get a double tap. You're going to have to adjust, and it would probably get saved in a real game. For your second touch, don't worry too much about scoring. Again, the most important thing here is to make sure that you're actually making contact with the ball. And while you're attempting these second touches, remember that your first touch can cause some car recoil. So when that happens, practice using air roll to make the necessary adjustments. Alright guys, now we're going to take a look at an example of a double tap from one of my replays, and we're just going to go through my thought process here. And the first step to anything is to figure out where the space is whenever we're attacking on offense, because we need to attack open space, right? So you guys should be doing this mentally in your head during games, but I'm going to use Epic Pen here to illustrate this. ASAWS is facing this way. Our other player Barco is kind of facing this way. And immediately we can notice that there's a lot of free real estate up here on the backboard. And the ball's already kind of, you can see over here, the ball's already kind of slightly in the air. So this is a perfect opportunity for a double tap. There's space in air on the backboard and the ball's already there. So this is an easy decision for us. This is the most optimal play, in this situation. So now that we've identified where the space is, we're going to get rid of Epic Pen here. We're going to let the play fold out. So the next step is the first touch, and you guys have been practicing this by now in the video. And the most important thing is to just make sure that the ball on your first touch gets hit on an upward trajectory or a straight trajectory. If it goes downwards, it's going to be really hard to adjust and get it. You can see right here, I kind of get it on an upward path, and we get the double tap. My first touch kind of just made it really easy to get the follow-up second touch. Like I didn't have to, you notice I didn't have to move or anything. So just take note of, if there's one big takeaway from this, it's just take note of like the first touch. And this is a really good visual for you guys on what that should look like.